Yo, what's good? We back here on the channel. Crank Central here with another week of battles. Now, this week we have at least 3 major battles that we got to get out on the channel that I'm challenging myself to get out as videos, starting today with the Southern University Human Jukebox versus last week's winners, Alcorn State University Sounds of Dyn-o-mite. Alcorn's been on a crazy win streak, right? As I updated it, they're up to like 4 or 5 wins in a row, and Southern is coming off of a pretty dormant time for their band, hopefully reloading with some heat. So let's see who comes out on top in this top 5 SWAC matchup. Let's get to it.
Smash Time is in the building.
All right. Shout out to Smash Time Productions, friend of the show, friend of the channel. Right, and without further ado, let's get straight into the battle. Southern, you're up next in the best stadium in the globe. Okay, strong tonguing on those runs. They ain't coming out of it. You feel like I hear that? Strong. I still want to hear a little bit more defined notes in those stutter staggers. Okay. No skating. No bounds. Good match, you folks. Nah. With the traditional Southern ending. Okay. Shout out. Shout out to Mr. Young, right? I think that gets it too. Very strong tonguing, very strong articulation. That last one was definitely the worst. All right, corner. Hey, niggas come out punching again. Another week, another. Break up the unison. Come on. Or not. That's fine. Okay. Come on, trumpets. Project a little bit more. Okay, strong drive. I feel it. Give me a little bit more. It's been a lot of unison right before that chord. Good balance, but don't fall off numbers. I like that ending. Y'all know I grade openings harsh. 1.5 to 2. 1.5 to 2. Back part uplifted. I'll give it a 2. Matches. Great chord mellow. Yeah. Come on, Southern. Amazing hanging transition. Good phrase, upper brass. You get lazy on the trembles. Hey, Southern coming with the lushness, with the power. UFOs are blending, matching tone very well with trombone support when need be, and coming out to lead melody phrases when need be. Oh yeah, this is a great start for Southern. All right, trumpets, load up and give me some. Come on. That was an amazing use of tubas to complete that walk. Wow. That was fucking nice. No cap, because trumpets is in. This is only my second time listening to this battle. Sometimes I listen to battles more beforehand. Sometimes I listen to them less. This weekend, just happened to get to it less. I'm not gonna lie. The strength of those runs, the strength of trumpets and the clarity of upper brass going into that ascending run in the back half with the clarity of those holdouts as well as some of those phrases. Clarity of how the phrases were changing voice earlier in the song between UFO lead, upper brass response. Impeccable. Riding in that back half was great. A little bit of a slip up from Mellows on a triad harmony that they had. But shit, beyond that, that's really fucking good. I'm gonna give that a 3. You know, I've talked about Southern getting back to some like euphoric riding. Just let your players just send that shit. Let them flow through the music, man, and hey. You don't need to do it versus this. Okay. Alright, solid opening. This one of those ill-fitting songs. Okay. Wow, the drop-off is too much. And UFOs don't have control in that upper register with that phrase before it passes off. And then you just have the volume drop-off, you have the power drop-off. And they going sharp a little bit. Not the greatest response. Okay. Good mid-break tag. I'm not too mad at this. This is in line with what Korn, what Korn is gonna do. I am curious to see if they have anything that can kind of match Southern's lushness. Good downward phrase. Good downward phrasing. Mellows. And trumpet struggle for that. Damn. You know, it's like a 1.5 corn. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. Trumpets kind of kill it throughout. Even beyond that, even your best sections struggle. It's also just not phrase. The melody just isn't the most like appealing thing that I really want to listen to. You know, you have some interesting things, some choppiness in there. Just with how I'm assuming the song is, or the decision to pass back the phrasing on things. I mean, pass back the voicing on things makes it sound a little bit choppier than it potentially actually is. That definitely needs a bit of strength training work for everybody to kind of feel comfortable playing that. But also, your trumpet's never gonna be great with that, to be honest with you. Southern, what you got? Okay. And I think this is the same arrangement that he had for New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. Come on, Mellows. Still hear a little bit of squig into that. Come on. That was the best one, but still a little inconsistent on the attack. Come on, trumpets. This is the part that you worry about transitioning. I think you could have revisited some voices. Things lagged with tubas coming back in. Not tubas' fault. That didn't travel. Good shit, you fools. The low part kind of brings that down for me, on top of just some in-between cracks that I'm hearing from trumpets, especially in that extended part. Mellows giving me a little bit inconsistent attacks, not as direct as I really want. Specifically, just leading with the tongue consistently. I'm gonna get at it too. I think it could be better. We've talked a lot about like bringing songs back. Talk about it a little bit more this week with Texas Southern and Bama State's battle when we get to it. Well, you know, I think that we've seen some arrangements be brought back that have been altered a little bit for their, you know, respective bands. And then we've seen some arrangements kind of go untouched. And whether that's in voicing, whether that's just changing some parts or whatnot. Once again, I'm no fucking mastermind. I am just a nigga in the room. However, do think that it would be fair for me to say that, you know, despite certain arrangements clearly being timeless, you know, clearly being great, there's different things that, you know, kind of adapt for different eras or just for different bands, especially when it comes to voicing, especially when it comes to rebalancing out parts for strength sections, especially when, you know, entropy in dynamic level. And I think that song and that arrangement is kind of one of them that you know, potentially needed kind of a retweaking, a little revisiting. Just because, like, some things that work in, I forget specifically when they played that song, but a 2015, 16, 17 may not work for a band that is 100 plus more people in 2025 with, you know, the diversity and playing levels that you're gonna get from a collegiate level band. You know, even still with it being the jukebox, it's still not arguably, you know, some of the best years of New Orleans All-Star Band. Nonetheless, it gets a 2 though. Still some great phrasing, some amazing attacks and responses from UFOs. I really like how they have been playing all game. This has been their best game in years. Okay. I'm surprised. This is the repeat that they call. I think they played Black and Gold in the 0, but I would have said that for the 5th. Come on, you folks. Come on, a little bit more thin than I expect from y'all. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on. Man, not as strong as last week. Not as strong as last week. That also gets a 2. That also gets a 2. Not as strong as last week. I need you to give me more. I need you to give me more than that. Come on. Ooh, okay. Dr. Taylor? Yep. Recognize the directing style. Oh, I love this song from them. They got the balance. They got the balance. UFOs. Y'all are playing competently. Y'all are phrasing. I love this. Yeah, sing, Mellows. Ah! Come on, man. Know where you are on the music. And watch Hangovers. This is the best their UFOs have been, man. 2.5. 2.5. And I want to give it a 3. I really want to give it a 3. And it's not because of that one mess up. Everybody get one. Everybody get one. They got the balance. They got the power. It's just a little bit of articulation issues. Still kind of plaguing them. trumpets. Come on, brother. Especially on an exposed one like that, you gotta put your all into that. Come on, trombones. I'm hearing too much crack. Pause. Okay, I like some of the interplay. Y'all gotta be more meticulous. Y'all are making lazy mistakes. Clean it up in the back half. Come on. Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad. I like the back half. Good redemption. Also gets a 2. All right, Southern. Mr. Todd. And Mr. Todd gets the repeat. I love that layering. Mellows UFOs. Ooh, that mellow counter is so dark. They singing that. They are singing. That is an amazing like counter harmony or whatever. Just harmony, man. Oh, good handoff. Oh yeah, something got their mojo back. Man. Yeah. Ah. I don't know if you need to repeat that twice at the back half to end it. I'm excuse you though. 3, kind of overly tax UFOs. You know, they got they one, right? Coming in weak as hell on that upbeat, but it's cool. Everything else was peak. Oh my god, the fucking melodic handoffs. Oh my god, the counters. Oh my god, the harmonies. Oh my god, the phrasing. Very consistent, very balanced. Amazing wall of sound. If y'all could produce this, if y'all could produce this, you might be having some talks. Okay? You might be having some talks. This is a great week for band, nigga. It's all the time. How we ending it? Interesting attack. I like some of those shifting chords. Okay, I like some of this writing. I like the twist to use an ascending phrase from mellows and upper brass, and then having the descending. Whoa. Okay. Okay, have it both. UFO break, one note trombone break. Oh, mellows. Hit your notes to make the core work. Hit your notes to make the core work. Come on. Upper brass? Everything else was fire. I really love that. When Alcorn getting a creative bag, that shit is the biggest hit or miss. The biggest hit or miss. This shit hits. Great execution on a lot of these ideas. Okay, this is great. The bad part about this is the only song I think that they've played that kind of matches the intensity that they were bringing last week. Yeah, that. Ooh, hold on. Okay, in the back half, they repeated that ascending run into the downward run I was talking about, but then they had a triad chord or a third that they had a UFO walk on that like really accented it very well. Okay, it was like augmented into the major. Yeah, I like that. Two and a half. Still some sloppiness. Still some. If y'all could have had this, and it's more than just loudness. It's more than just loudness. When I'm referring to having the same intensity as last week, it goes all into the energy of the arrangement, how many inventive things you're doing. You know, the way that you transition in and out of trombone breaks, cleanliness as well. Notably, like y'all just. I don't know. Let's get to these scores. So getting into it, right? This was a great battle. If you were at the end of last stream, then you know that the updated rankings had some, different kinks to it for coming into this week. And Southern came in to settle the score because I did have Alcorn as the second best band in the culture, and still do because I haven't adjusted the rankings, right? But as for this battle, Southern does come out on top with a score of 12.5 through 5 rounds to 10. That is the second highest like average, right? Or like score total that a band has had. At least in through 5 rounds, and then like if I were to average out how well their songs were each battle, the only other band to have a 5-rounder to have an average higher than that is Jackson versus Fam. I think it was last week. Jackson versus Fam. Jackson had 14 through 5 rounds, which is fucking insane. But Southern, y'all came out. Y'all came out of that break and showed niggas that it wasn't for nothing. I'm not gonna lie, y'all put the time to use. Really reinvigorated balance when it comes to this band. Really reinvigorated and went in the woodshed UFOs with your tone, with these holdouts, with these lower register chords and triads and just holdouts to add to the holistic sound, and it's very much sounds very improved. Between you all and Mello's phrasing, when it comes to a lot of the melodies that you all are being given to really like vocalize and pass through full passages, it is very impressive. To a level that like not many other sections are doing. In the meat of the horn as well, you know, with a very full band, with a full trombone section, like I mentioned, a very improved sound from UFOs that really round out notes very well. And trumpets very much making their presence known in overtones through phrases as accents. Very, very consistent day for you all as well. And the arrangements, God, I haven't heard lushness even attempted from Southern in quite some time now. The y'all's first game of the season versus North Carolina Central had some of that, I feel, but even a lot of those tunes were more like up tempo, closer to a drill tempo for some of them, or maybe I'm remembering wrong, or at the very least like a faster tempo than what you all played a lot of today. You know, this was definitely like one of you all's better performances in the past few years, to be honest with you. This was an amazing showcase of the full package that you all came together. Everybody got their shine on the podium. Yeah, no, that was amazing. An amazing exhibition from you all. For Alcorn, not a bad performance by any means, but I think that the aggression that you all established over a run, not just one game, but like very consistently projecting a sound from especially low brass, to be honest, just wasn't matched today. You know, a lot of the arrangements that you all have been given out prior to this game as well have a level of inventiveness, have a level of energy, have a level of inquisitiveness in terms of voicing or how you go about splitting up different phrases that I think you kind of got away from. And very similarly to even the things that I think that you all slightly did bad versus Texas Southern, despite getting the win in that battle, an over reliance on trumpets will kill you. You know, you relying on trumpets to finish out a phrase too much will get you like a 2. You know, like the rest of everything can be great, but if you give your trumpets too big of a role without doubling up with another upper brass voice or having them be a soft accent, it's just or overtone, it's just not gonna fare well for you at this point in time. Now that can be changed, you know, development can definitely happen, but this is a stretch of the season where your band is your fucking band. You gotta write for them. You all have been doing a great job of it all year, but yeah, you know, you kind of just got outclassed. I'll be honest. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, round 1, round 3, y'all matched Southern, but when Southern was taking things to a different level, ballad wise, balance wise, and when it comes to their phrasing and just general wall of sound, you all could not match it with the intensity. As well as the fact that once again, potentially for another year, I feel like when it came down to okay, the Southern battle, right? That's when the arrangements that aren't just dark, aren't just you know, potentially inventive or anything or risky, but like are legit like ill-fitting chords, you know, ill-fitting melodies and backgrounds that you really have to fine-tune your ear to that specific song in order for it to be appealing. And I also don't think that that's you all's forte, especially not this year. I've heard some very great traditional strong chords from this band. Minor chords, don't get me wrong, minor and diminished chords, but still like, you know, within the traditional framework without having a melody that then like operates off the 7th or something like that, without this mumbling, right? The only other song that I could really think of that kind of goes with that is the last song that y'all played at TSU, but even that, the most out of place thing when it comes to that song is like the chromatics, right? And a lot of those actions, which I'm surprised that this battle didn't turn into a chromatic battle, because these are definitely the two bands that are, you know, the most frequented users of, you know, those motifs in their song. Yeah, it's just a weird time to kind of pull out those specific tunes again when other things were kind of working for you. Now I'll say like that last song, definitely the best thing that y'all played, and it had a little bit of it, but it was just executed well. So maybe it just comes down to time in the woodshed, who knows, you know, Also, people just sometimes just have a bad day. I don't know. Today wasn't a bad day by any means. Just was not enough to come out on top in this battle, but maybe another one. That'll be all from me. Let me know how y'all feel about the battle in the comments section, as well as any other opinions or takeaways. I appreciate everyone for watching this video. Go over to the live stream section. We should be doing the weekly repertoire just about every single week from this point until the season is over, and then even beyond that as we transition into more high school content and things of that nature. So thank you for checking out this video. Appreciate, once again, Smash Time. Thank y'all for watching. Shout out to these two amazing programs. We'll be back next time. Boys, have a good day. I'll catch y'all later. Peace and crank up.